KDA price. Do you see that little bitty wick right here on Kadena price? Let's zoom in. This is from when it was dropping from when it just came out on exchanges. See that wick? That's where I think price is going right now on a move up. And it'll at least test this. So let's go dive in to see why this might be significant and get some Kadena. Zooming out. The wick is over here. I'm actually surprised I was able to spot it. Too low of time frame. All right, I'm on the 1 hour chart right now. So Kadena has satisfied this rectangle. And I think in the last Kadena analysis, didn't I say because this is a little lower, it might come get this anyway, the bottom? Not really for sure how I said this would interact here. But you have double support. And it's now proved both as support. So it looks like it's going to get a move up. And usually my rule of thumb is saying actually higher than that. That wick might be a problem though. So that this level right here is where I think it's at least coming up to here. That's a psychological. Oh, that's why it hesitated there. Because his price was dropping, people bought it at $1. Usually my rule of thumb for this shape though is whenever you get like something that looks like an inverse head and shoulders, you look left and you count the second and the third high previous local highs. So this was the first local high from the bottom, not that one. I mean, technically it would be here and here. I would actually count this one as the third. I would put a box there. So so see this wick over here that's in with it as well. So a box from here to there would be my next better guess, which is on the third local high looking left. Yeah, it doesn't look like it would stop at this one. This one's too uneventful. I don't think that'll stop price. So if Kadena, the trigger for that move to start accelerating, I mean, it's going to be obvious. It's going to be this horizontal, exactly, right? It might be right here. So once Kadena gets above 92.32, that's when it'll start accelerating up to $1, and it'll probably make that move all in one swift movement. Obviously, Bitcoin can change that, right? So if it's in the middle of what would have been a swift move, Bitcoin just drops below 16,420, the top of my blue box, then yeah, it'll come down. So keep an eye on Bitcoin as well, right? And the rest of the move, I mean, really, it would have this formation easily allows it, before slowing down, to go all the way up to 106. I would not be surprised if it hit 106 over the next 2 weeks. I wouldn't expect this to happen in a matter of hours, right? So if you're trading this, and hopefully this is not on futures, but trading this on futures, don't expect, it's going to rip up and do that. How big of a move? That's 18% move next hour. No. The trigger point is here. So I think it has an extremely small chance to really get moving until it cracks at this, right? It needs to crack that open. Until then, it's gonna take its time, because that's when the buyers step in, and at the same instant, sellers stop selling as hard. So the buy vector. So as it's moseying up there, the buy and sell vectors are almost the same, but the buy vector's a little bit bigger. And at that moment is when more buyers step in and these sellers reduce, because some of them jump ship and immediately become buyers. So that's the trigger point. To the downside, it's simply this horizontal right here. this could make it accelerate. So using this as resistance, which it's in line with the origin line, so I would just use this horizontal. I think it might trump the origin line for the next couple days. That would initiate a move down. And it would swipe down there. Yeah, it would take that 8.5%, 9% move down if this is used as resistance. But another swoop below here isn't bad. You just don't want to get trapped and use it as resistance, because then if you do, it'd head down. So one more swipe below isn't a death sentence, because this microstructure allows it to, right? Look. So it can dive into here and still keep that structure. It's how it behaves once it's in there, how you're going to tell. So yeah, we got trigger points to the upside, downside, targets for both. That should get you through Kadena in the next couple weeks. So, but if Bitcoin really does take a big leg down the next couple weeks, which I don't see happening, but if it does, then your next Kadena target is going to be this origin line. It would take a pretty nasty dive if Bitcoin decided to dive before December 1st. Be a big one.